rich house that Mama used to work for up at Utica. She always got him a whole bunch of candy. She gave him them big candy bars. Not the little Halloween ones, but the big ones. But a lot of people in that neighborhood did, which is why I took Jason there. There was one guy, and this was back in the 90s, the early 90s to mid 90s. He handed out gold $1 to the kids. And in that neighborhood, way before it became popular as it is today, they had the teal pumpkins for the people that were allergic to nuts or chocolate. So that they would know which ones. And there was sometimes when Jason looked at the candy, if he didn't like the candy, he'd say, "Can I have the teal bowl, please?" And pick a toy.
What a bitch.
No, they never got mad about it, actually, because so few kids asked for the teal. They never got mad about it. Yeah, honey. I said, "I'm sorry, he don't like that hot candy." Because it'd usually be something that he really didn't like. Do you know what I mean? But Jason wasn't stupid either. If he seen something in that toy one, even if they had candy he liked, he'd rather have the toy. He knew Mama would buy him candy every week at Dollar Tree for his allowance if he wanted. He wanted them toys and them gold dollars. That gold dollar house we had to go to 3 times. Like he'd hit it first, come down the street, he'd go back and hit it again, and then we'd start down the street at the other street. It was because it was on the corner. And then when we come back up the other side of the street, he'd run over and hit it one more time before we got in the car to go to the next ones.
Switching up his outfit, putting on
first time he'd go up with his mask on, second time without his mask, third time with his mask, hoping he didn't remember it. The guy I think it was the second year that he did it, the guy stopped and looked at him and he goes, "I'm on to you. But I think you're cute, so here you go." I looked at him and smiled, and he goes, "This is the second time, right?" I looked at him and went, one time he didn't have his mask on. He said, "Take that mask off." Jason took his mask off, looking at me like, "Seriously?" He took the mask off and he looked at me and he goes, "You're right, it is 3. Reached in, grabbed a handful of gold dollars and dropped them in his bag. And he goes, "Next year, just twice. Once with the mask, once without." And after that, that's what I made Jason do. But the second time when he came back without the mask, he'd usually put, just because he did it. He didn't lie about it, and he did he respected it. He liked it. Jay-Z thought he was smart. I told him the second year when we could only do it, the first year that we could only do it twice when we were laughing, he's like, "I remember you when we were talking about it." I told him, I said, "Oh, if you think that's bad," I said, "the only reason he ain't hitting your teal pumpkin is because of them gold dollars." I said, "At the other houses, if he sees a toy he likes, he's asking for it instead of the candy." He turned and looked at Jason. He goes, "Seriously?" Jason opened his candy bag and let him see that was like there was a whole bunch of toys in there too. He looked at him, he goes, "Go ahead, nobody's picked one yet." He said, "Pick you out 3 or 4. And after that, Jason could only come twice, but he got to hit both buckets every time. The guy liked him, and he liked his outfits. I was always very creative with my kids' Halloween outfits. There was times that I just bought them a costume, either because that's what they really wanted to be,